Come on, everybody. Get in the center of the room. Yeah, the day will come. Ladies and gentlemen, a next funny man, a gentleman from New York. One of those famous New Yorkers. Big hand for Mr. Doug Ellen.
Thank you. Big fan of mine. How you doing? My name is Doug Ellen. As you said, I'm from New York. I'm actually a little nervous tonight. This is my first time, so if you people would bear with me and, maybe relate this back to your first time. Okay? You probably weren't that great and you didn't have a big crowd watching, so be gentle with me, okay? Anyway, so I'm from New York, and things in L.A. are a little different than New York. In L.A., everyone's in the business. Everyone can do something for you. I don't want to hear this. I meet this one guy. He's like, I've been in some films you've probably seen me in, but I make most of my money producing records and directing. All right, just shut up and make sure you don't put mustard on my Whopper, okay? But anyway, so I'm out from New York, and, out here in L.A., it's not like New York because you have to drive everywhere. New York, you take the subway, here you drive. So I had to take my California driver's test. They have this written section that I had to take, to learn some laws that are different. Some are good, but what do I need to know these biker hand signals for? Like left, right? What is this good for, Marco? The only hand signals we need when we're driving in New York are this and this. Also in LA, it's a little different because they've got this, they're real strict about this jaywalking stuff here. I don't really understand this because in LA, you walk into the street, the people screech to a stop because they're so polite. New York, they'll actually wave you into the intersection before running you down. And also, with the jaywalking, I don't understand, if a cop stops me for jaywalking, I'm not going to hang around and wait for him to issue me the ticket, How's he going to find me? I don't have a license plate on my back, And what do they do if you get too many jaywalking tickets? Do they take away your sneakers? Anyway, so out in L.A., as you look around, like, these lovely ladies right here are so friendly, especially you. And I got to tell you, I've been watching you drink that beer. You do that wonderfully. But anyway... Anyway, as you look around in L.A., each woman is more beautiful than the last, but it's not like it used to be. When I was in college, I used to look at every girl like, gee, Doug, what can you do to get her into bed? Now I look and say, on the off chance I do get her into bed, how many condoms would I have to wear to protect myself from her? It's AIDS, AIDS, AIDS everywhere you turn, and I'm paranoid about it. I call sex phone, I put a plastic bag on the phone. That's funny stuff right there, folks. Okay. It's really just a lot safer to go to your local video store and pick up an adult film. Safer, but it's not easier. Have you been to these video stores lately? They've got separate sections, like with some type of mutant that can't interact with the rest of the crowd. It was located right next to the National Geographic section, so you have to pretend you're looking at African foreign films kind of fall into this room. Then you have to bring this box up to the front. These are not video boxes. They're cereal boxes. They're huge, with explicit pictures all over them, with great titles like They Need a Title on it. Titles like Harry Bangs Sally and Roger Fucks Like a Rabbit. Can't they all just have the same title, cheap, easy, you don't have to drive me home or buy me breakfast in the morning? Anyway, so when I got out to L.A., you look around, all these guys have like Arnold Schwarzenegger's body. So my girlfriend was pushing me to work out, go to the gym, hit the weights. I said, honey, I went to college for 4 years so I would never have to lift heavy objects. You button you. And so anyway, so finally I did it. I went to the gym. I said, all right, and I got myself a trainer. The guy said, start off on the bench press. I said, that looks pretty heavy. He said, give it a shot, Doug. So I got down. I pushed up as hard as I could. I couldn't budge it. He said, maybe we'll try it without the weight locks, just the bar this time. Thank God. So I figured maybe I'll play some tennis. I was good when I was younger. So I go out to the courts. I'm hitting the ball, feeling pretty good. This guy comes over to me, he says, how you doing? I've been watching you. I represent Nike. I'm going to give you $1,000 not to wear any of our clothes. Anyway, there's these two commercials on TV that I've been seeing lately that have been getting on my nerves. The word douche does not sound real good on television. This should be on cable. Have you seen this commercial? The girl comes out, she goes, did you ever get that not-so-fresh feeling? Then she walks over to her mother and says, Ma, can I ask you a personal question? Sure, sweetie. Do you douche? Is this a normal mother-daughter conversation for a 26-year-old to have? Because to me it sounds like the same thing as, Ma, can I ask you a personal question? Sure, sweetie. Do you swallow? Then they've got this Jean Dixon, the psychic advisor to the stars. She's got 12 lines you can call depending on what your sign is. If she's such a fucking psychic, why doesn't she know my sign? And why doesn't she call me? Anyway, I read in the paper a couple of weeks ago that 2 Northwest airline pilots were arrested for flying while intoxicated. Being intoxicated. This is pretty scary. Imagine if this became like a major problem in the United States. You know, they had commercials like, friends don't let friends drink and fly 200 passengers en route to San Diego. You know, imagine being on a plane, all of a sudden the pilot comes on, how you doing? We're flying at 35,000 feet, although I'm flying at 40. Who ripped the rear view mirror off this fucking thing? Tough crowd, especially you drink that beer. Come on, you'll give me a good buzz at least. Well, anyway, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Oh, one thing, just in your comment, you were talking about that drunken speedboating. I was just wondering if you get pulled over for drunk driving a boat, do they make you swim a straight line? I thought it was fun.
Right to Gilligan's Island. Mr. Doug Ellen, everybody. Give him a big hand. Funny man. Very cool. Been stringing him along for weeks going, you'll come up, you'll go up, you'll come up, you'll go up. But he's a funny man and a New Yorker. Ow! Yeah. So how about some TV fans in here? Y'all watch TV? Yeah, it looks like the kind that reads. Yeah, y'all TV watchers. How about Star Trek? Who likes that? 2? Yeah, humor me. Just go, yeah, I love that thing. Yeah, great thing to watch. You know, lately I've been trying to keep my mind off sex late at night, so I've been trying to, you know, busy myself with watching TV. Star Trek probably not the best show to watch when you don't want to think about sex. And I know what you're thinking, that this episode Kirk got laid. No way. This was the other episode. This was the episode called Amok Time. This is the episode where Spock had sex. Yeah. Once every 7 years, Vulcans have the need to mate. This means Spock is getting it more than I am, which is really kind of a scary thought there. And he went crazy. He took control of the ship for Space Nookie. It was great. He would have loved it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Doug Ellen. So what do you think? Should we bring up another person? Yeah.